So, guys, I was just thinking, in Nigeria, we do 3 weddings because the civil wedding now is like a madness. So, in Nigeria, we do 3 weddings: there's white, there's traditional, and there's civil wedding. But these weddings don't get to get you anything out of it. When I mean get you anything out of it, outside, the wife dragged the husband to court and she gained something after the wedding, or the man gains. That's if the woman is earning higher. But here in Nigeria, you do 3 weddings. You can't even break out of the wedding, or if the wedding is abusive, if the marriage is abusive, you can't break out of the wedding. There's no law protecting the lady in the marriage if she's being abused, or the man. There's no law protecting. Even the church itself will tell you, go back to the wedding, it's part of wedding, pray for the husband and that. So what does the court wedding everybody is going to do? What does the court wedding do? What does the court wedding do? Does the court wedding mean if I don't want to marry my husband again, I will go and I'll file for a divorce and I get something out of the marriage? Or does the court wedding, or we are just doing the court wedding because we want to follow white people footsteps? Are we doing the court wedding because we want to follow white people footsteps? Another question is white wedding, is traditional wedding not enough? Okay, let's add white wedding to the thing. Is white wedding and traditional wedding not enough? Why do we have to put court? And the court doesn't even protect you from anything. So far, people are still, if I divorce my husband now, there's nothing.
First of all, let me state that if you are being abused in your marriage, you have a right to seek redress in a competent court of law. And if your marriage has broken down irretrievably, you have a right to file for a divorce. If you are in an abusive marriage and you decide to stay upon advice by your pastor or your church, you do it at your peril. Traditional marriage or customary marriage is marriage according to the customs or native law of the bride's community or ethnic group where the marriage is taking place. The groom's family must seek the consent of the bride's family before the two families can unite. A church wedding is not compulsory and has no legal benefits. However, some churches have the license to conduct marriage under the Act. And permit me to say that they use one stone to kill two birds. They conduct both the church wedding and marriage under the Act. In Nigeria, statutory marriage is also called marriage at the registry, and it is also referred to as marriage under the Act, and to a layman it is called court wedding. Now, what are the benefits of marriage at the registry, or statutory marriage, or marriage under the Act, or court marriage as a layman calls it? Statutory marriage enhances your application for a visa to travel abroad as a spouse. Also, statutory marriage guards against polygamy as the law recognizes only one spouse. Statutory marriage also lets the man or a woman claim 50% of jointly owned assets. Also, a husband and a wife married under the Act cannot be criminally responsible for conspiracy between themselves alone. And also, a wife cannot be criminally responsible for an offense that her husband compelled her to do. Another benefit of statutory marriage is that children gotten from statutory marriage have exclusive rights to inheritance, and they cannot be bound by native law or customs. Also, the estate of a deceased person married statutorily will be administered by statutory law. In a bid to minimize money and save costs, couples tend to perform marriage at a licensed place of worship in the morning, and then in the afternoon or at a later date perform traditional marriage. I want everyone to note that this act is illegal and it is a punishable offense. As a matter of fact, under Section 47 of the Marriage Act, this act attracts 5 years imprisonment. A man and a woman can marry each other under customary law. That is, they can get married traditionally and then subsequently go ahead to get married at the registry. That is, go ahead to do court marriage, as the layman calls it. But a man and a woman cannot get married traditionally and then go ahead to marry a different person at the registry. That's, you cannot marry somebody traditionally and then do court marriage for someone else, it is illegal. If you want to get married to a different person at the court registry, you must first of all dissolve the traditional marriage that you have with the first person, and then marry the next person that you want to get married to at the registry traditionally first, before proceeding to go to the court registry. So that's how it is done. If you break this law, the punishment under section 46 of the Marriage Act is 5 years imprisonment. Thank you for listening.